So let's continue our discussion on graphing linear inequalities. Here in example C, we got y is bigger than -1. So where is y equal to -1? Right here. Where is another coordinate where the y value is -1? What about here? That's -7, -1. This is 4, -1. So remember, y equal to -1, that boundary line, or sorry, in this example, y bigger than -1, that boundary line is going to be the horizontal line through -1. Now, I do not have equality here, so it's going to be a dashed line. It's going to be a dashed line through -1. And with y being greater than -1, I need to shade above. Because it's saying the y coordinate needs to be bigger than -1. So like if I plugged in 0, 0, 0 is bigger than -1. So I want to include my origin point. So I need to shade above my boundary line. What was that? What happened? There we go. All right, this whole region. I guess I should show it down here too, because it goes all the way up to the boundary line. What about x is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 3. So I start where the x coordinate's 3. I plot a couple other points where the x coordinate's 3. So the boundary line here is going to be the vertical line through 3. It's less than or equal to, so since I have equality, I'm going to do a solid line. And since x is less than or equal to 3, I'm going to shade off to the left because it's saying x is less than, so the x coordinate needs to be getting smaller. If I tested the origin, 0 is less than or equal to 3. So I want to include the region that has the origin. So then I just highlight. Actually, I'll go down so it goes all the way up to my boundary line. And then I just shade this region off to the left. All right. What about in part E? I get 5x minus 2y is bigger than 4. Well, this equation's not in slope-intercept form yet. So I want to get it into slope-intercept form. Okay? So I want to subtract 5x from both sides. So then I'll get negative 2y is greater than negative 5x plus 4. Now from here, I need to divide everything by negative 2. Because I want to get the y by itself. So I get y, and then what did we do? We divided by a negative. So what do you need to remember to do? Flip your sign. Okay? Flip your inequality sign. Your slope is negative 5 over negative 2, which simplifies to 5 halves x. And then your b value is 4 divided by negative 2, which is minus 2. All right? So remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative, flip your sign. Flip your inequality symbol. All right? Remember that. Okay, still applies here. So now if I were to graph this, start at negative 2. I'm going to go up 5, to the right 2, up 5, to the right 2, or down 5, to the left 2. Okay? Now, the boundary line through this is going to be dashed because I do not have equality. So I'm going to do a dashed line here. And because I flipped my inequality symbol, it is now y is less than. So I'm going to shade below my line. All right, so if I get my highlighter out, I'm going to shade everything below my boundary line. Okay, this represents my solution region. Any point that is in that region will satisfy my inequality. Okay? So, moving on, we're not necessarily going to graph in this one, but we're going to write the inequality that matches this graph. So, there's a couple things you need to remember. First, there should be arrows here because this is going on forever. All right, so we got y, and then we need to fill in our inequality symbol. We need to fill in our slope, and we need to fill in our y-intercept. Okay, so this is going to be our inequality symbol. This is going to be our slope, which is our m, which remember is our rise over run. And this is going to be our b value, which is our y-intercept. Okay, so right away, we should be able to identify that the y-intercept is -5. All right, now find another point on the line. So I'm going to zoom in here. I see another point up here where it matches it nicely. Okay, now I'm going to count. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go up 8 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the left 5. Okay, so I'm going up 8 to the left 5. So my slope is -8/5. Okay, so we've got our y-intercept, our b value. We've got our slope. Now we need to figure out, what am I going to shade? Okay, what inequality symbol do I have here? Well, notice how we're shading below the line. So we shade below. And my boundary line is dashed. Okay? So it's dashed, so I'm either looking at less than or greater than. And with me shading below, it's going to be less than. Okay? So my equation my inequality here is y is less than -8/5 x minus 5. All right, so on a quiz or a test, you're going to be expected to know how to graph inequalities and shade correctly, and also write inequalities correctly. All right, if you got any questions, let me know. In the next video, we will do one application problem.